and I got a prospect. I met somebody at the mall. I was on LinkedIn and I set up a recruiting appointment. I made a call today and talked to a referral from a friend who said, hey, this person's looking for opportunities from home. Just any type of recruiting activity you want to be posting daily, obviously also client activity. But with that, when you start stringing together good days of solid activity, results can start to come from that. We have a chat that we started off where we're supposed to be focusing on setting 30 appointments in the day, like throughout the team. And so now we have people just posting daily, hey, I set up these many RAs. I did a fast start meeting. I got 10 prospects today. I did a fast start and we got 15 contacts because people sent out the client text or the recruit text. We have people posting, hey, I did a QA today. We have a carryback for this app, or this client gave us 12 referrals, right? So just posting activity daily on the chat. Number one, you're going to feel good about wanting to post. The right person is going to feel good about wanting to post on the thread and seeing their name there. So that's going to start to create a buzz within the chat. I love when my chat is going off on our daily thread, because now I'm like, wow, people are working. People are getting some things done, right? It's not just me working or not just Josh working. And so that helps to start creating an environment as well. Then accountability and being coachable. So anytime you have goals, things that you want to accomplish, there has to be some level of accountability. I know we have what we call win the day. Jen has her they do their commitments daily as well. So having accountability on either a daily basis or even a weekly basis is very, very important as far as getting things done. And then being coachable to that system. Your trainer, your upline, we're here to help you guys succeed, and we want to make sure that you guys are doing the right things. So with that, we're not going to slow you down. We're not going to be like, hey, do this the long way, the hard way. That would make no sense. Everything that we're going to teach you or we're talking to you about is hopefully to help you succeed and get ahead as quickly as possible. Leverage your upline. That's a lot of my agents. As much as I want them to become super independent very quickly, they leverage me a lot, right? So if they are struggling, or maybe they're not confident enough to do the entire presentation on their own, get on there with them. I do that all the time. Sometimes people say, hey, Shondell, can you just make a couple calls with me so you can help me out? Or, hey, can you do this follow-up for me? Or, hey, can you go over the scripts again with me? And the great thing about Zoom is you can hop on quickly. I've had situations, I'm loving it. Kim and Kanisha on our team is starting to pick up their recruiting activity as far as setting up recruiting appointments and then doing follow-ups on their own. So at certain times, if they get a new recruit or they're on there and they're stuck on the IBA or closing down the prospect, they're like, hey, Shondell, are you available? If I'm free and not in another meeting, then I can hop on and just help out and maybe help them get that recruit, or just help them set up the process as the fast start meeting and all of that. So leverage your upline, utilize your resources and your teammates. Don't feel that you're alone and you have to do everything by yourself. We're here to help and coach and help you get along the way again. Then master prospecting. Best question in the world is just to think about, do you keep your options open? Anybody should be able to see that. I mean, say that, do that. But keeping your options, do you keep your options open is a simple statement that you can ask to anyone, right? And then that just opens the door to, oh, what do you mean? Well, and then you can explain kind of what you got going on. So prospecting, again, can be various things. You want to master a couple prospecting ways yourself. Just like a couple weeks ago, Josh utilizes the 18-minute webinar for his prospecting tool as far as having people see the opportunity. I utilize Shaquille's webinar that he has, right? So with that, we either are bringing in new prospects from out and about, right? Face-to-face in stores, malls, our delivery person, the cashier, sometimes creating new warm markets. That's a really, really big area that I've been starting to focus on as well. So maybe you go to a new gym or you join different groups at your church or Bible studies, or just things that you actually enjoy doing. I know Jen was saying that she does Peloton things right now, so, and workouts like that. So all of those things that you can do where you're meeting people naturally, that's another form of prospecting as well. It can go a long way. But resumes, LinkedIn, social media, Instagram, there's so many unlimited ways to meet people and talk to people. You just got to get out there and just ask somebody if they keep their options open. You never know. And then master recruiting presentations and overcoming objections. Of course, you have to master your craft. If you don't have a copy of your recruiting presentation, make sure you get a copy of your recruiting presentation. You need to have it on your device, look over it, get better at it. If you don't have somebody to present to you, find a family member, somebody that you can go over and practice it, or record yourself. Just do it, record yourself, and then listen to it. Overcome objections. Listen to those regularly, guys. Again, just learning through the team. I've had teammates tell me, man, Shondell, I probably would have been able to get this recruit if I would have been sharp on my objections. Probably would have been able to get them started. So, and then they go into a crazy, like, okay, I got to listen to these objections, right? So with that, master your objections. An objection is a good thing. If people ask you questions, they are interested and they want to move forward. You just got to know how to answer them and help them make the right decision to accomplish what they want to do. So that is huge, guys. I don't know if Jen got disconnected, so I think
I'm here.
Oh, you're back? Okay. All right,
yep,
cool.
I've been back, girl. I've been back.
I don't have the videos up. All right, go ahead. So
nothing stops me. I'm unstoppable. It's a mentality, guys. It's a mentality, adapted. So me and Shondell again looked at our numbers from October. These are our personal clients, by the way. So I didn't take any numbers from like Bao or Shug or Joey. Like none of this includes them being involved in the process. These are all the submits that I did. So the first, we wanted to tally mark to see what client came from where. And so I'm just going to start from the bottom up really quick. So I had one client that came directly, a referral from an actual client, just a regular client that initially became a client. It was, a friend, right? And they gave me a referral. And then another referral did an increase. Then two of our teammates did their own life policies and applied, and another one did an increase, the one that I just told you about earlier. Two clients came from me just prospecting out and about naturally. Keyword is natural. So if I'm like, if there was a Peloton gym, I'd definitely be in there because they have Beyonce Peloton classes, by the way. And so, but it's cool because when I joined this gym called La Vida Fitness, it was so awesome. And I met a new group of people, government contractors, engineers, scientists, just people that I'm naturally not around. But because I like speaking to people and I like meeting new people, it was just a natural place for me to be at. I like swimming, so I met a couple people in the pool, right? And so when I was out and about with one of my old friends, she's not a client, she's not a recruit. I'm working on her really quick. But when she went to the bathroom, one of her friends sat down next to me and basically prospected himself. We were just having, again, a natural conversation. And he was like, oh, I do this for my business. And I said, oh, that's cool. He asked me what I do. I said, I'm a financial advisor and I run a team of about 50 plus agents. He was like, wow, I need a financial advisor. He prospected himself. It wasn't forced. It was just me being in the right place at the right time and being prepared. So two came from just actual prospect. Now the training appointments. This is where you take a new teammate out and you're the one teaching the teammate how to present, overcome objections the right way, and close. And 4 of my submits and 2 increases came from a training appointment client, a training appointment. And then 5 of the 5 clients came as a referral from a client that was a training appointment at one point. 5 and 1 increase came from that. All right, so if you look at this, right, I'm going to call on somebody really quick. Hannah, if you look at these numbers, what do you notice? You gotta unmute yourself.
Yeah, it's like you can, you recruit anytime, like anytime, anywhere.
What do you notice about the numbers?
The numbers are like the numbers that you're committed to, maybe.
Now, what do you notice about the numbers in front of the screen? Where are most of my clients coming from?
It's like from training appointment.
And training appointments come from who?
Recruits, prospect.
So every time, so if I'm saying, hey, prospect for recruits versus prospect for clients, this is the reason why, right? Because you're going to survive long term, right? If you guys are prospecting, thank you, Hannah. If you guys are prospecting for clients initially, that's not going to work as well for you because now you're trying to be in sales the rest of your career. If you want to do that, you're great. We love you. We love you. We love you. We love you. Swear to God. Because we wouldn't have gotten that, app or that client-based shop if it wasn't for you. But we're trying to teach you how to be free here, where you can recruit somebody and train them. So if they do stick around, great. But we're in the business of keeping clients for life. So even if the recruit is not there, you are still responsible for serving that client because you met with that client, with that recruit. The client doesn't disappear just because a recruit starts to say, hey, I'm going to keep my license, but I'm not going to be really physically around or whatever. So those are my numbers. You guys can be like, oh, well, that's just you, Jen. That's your personality. Oh, well, Jen's just good. No, let's look at Shondell's numbers.
Right. So similar situation, guys, here, right? So again, if we're starting from the bottom, only one of my clients came from like my natural market, warm market, right? Some and there's other people in the office that are doing absolutely amazing in their warm markets. So we're not knocking that at all. We want to stay in a warm market as long as possible in our organic, natural environments, talking to people, letting people know what it is that we do, getting clients from that. I definitely want to be able to increase my client count from that as well. But again, if somebody like a brand new person is saying, oh, I don't really have a market, or I don't really talk to that many people, or I'm not in those situations, number one, go out and start working on that. But all of our clients are not coming from that. Advocates. So an advocate, guys, is if a new teammate needs insurance, right, or investments, in this case, we're talking about insurance, right? And they have a family, they have kids, they have responsibilities, and they want to become an advocate and get a policy. So a new recruit gets a policy. So 3 of our clients that came in became an advocate. And then a training appointment, 3 clients came from that. So now a new recruit, take them out in the field training, get a sale. And then 5 clients came originally, not from just warm market, but I took a recruit out on a training appointment. And then from that training appointment, we got a referral from that training appointment. And then that referral became a client. So again, out of 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 apps that I submitted, 8 of them came somehow from a recruit, right? From somebody that I didn't know. I brought on a new recruit and then 8 clients came in that way. So that's why, guys, we wanted to kind of map that out and show you, hey, if you feel like, oh my gosh, I don't have a lot of people, go out and find a new recruit, right? Bruce always tells us when you find a new recruit, it's either for one of 2 reasons. You're finding a new leader or you're finding somebody that can help you, take you to see people, right? So with that, it's awesome how the numbers kind of mapped out.
That's cool. And it was so eye-opening for me and Shondell, even though we kind of knew it, but it's different when you see it on paper. It's just so different. Like, it's like, wow, that is so cool. Like, it confirms what we know that we're training on is right. It confirms what we know we've been trained on is right. And we're in business to be in business long term. It's not going to be an overnight thing. We're not trying to be an overnight success. You know what I mean? We're not trying to be a one-hit wonder. Some people, they want to get an app and they're happy and they never do anything else after that, right? They take off for like a whole month. Thanksgiving Day was a day, not a whole week, you know, or not a whole month. Christmas Day is a day, not Christmas week or Christmas month, right? So keep in mind when it comes to the last 5 days, including today, you're not going to close unless you have urgency. You're not going to have a great month then unless you have urgency. What does that mean? If I get a prospect today, like yesterday, I got 3 prospects at the mall here in Philly. And so I didn't plan to go Black Friday shopping, but thank God it was Black Friday because I forgot to pack a coat coming up here. So I'm like, oh God, I got a hoodie. I got to make sure I look professional when I'm out, right? So I go without a coat. I go to Zara. And then I'm like, I'm not going to spend money on a coat and not invest my time here. So I'm going to walk around to places that I naturally, again, like Shondell said, right, are where I like to go. And guess when those recruits or potential recruits or prospects are going to get a call? Today, right? They're going to get a call within 24 hours. And then I'm going to book them either for tomorrow or Monday. So that by Monday, definitely by Tuesday, Wednesday, they're going to get closed as long as they show back up to orientation and fast start meeting, right? That's urgency right there. Did you know that if you get 10 prospects, this is me coming from, you already know how to prospect, you already know how to book a Steam call, right, for a webinar, you already know how to do a follow-up. If not, you have your trainer. But if you've got those skill sets already taken care of and you don't need your trainer, you get 10 prospects yourself, that's 1 or 2 recruits right there. As long as you work within a 24-hour time frame. What I just say, 24-hour time frame, not 7 days to call your prospect and they've met 1,000 other people. They don't know who Hannah Gibramisco is anymore, You got to send your prospect in immediately. So your trainer can call them if you're not calling them. What's in your pipeline? I'm going to call somebody. Pipeline. Autry, what's a pipeline?
So your pipeline is what you have actively in motion. That's like you can actually close, or it's just what you have that's closable.
Closable. Okay, cool. So you're on the right track. So just to make it easier for everyone to understand what Autry's saying. Good job, Autry. So it's somebody you already met, but you haven't closed yet. So it's a more hot opportunity for you to be able to close that IBA and or app or both. You already met with them, they already saw and got exposed to the opportunity somewhere, somehow by you. And maybe you just haven't been able to close them in the past 2 weeks. And you might just call them tomorrow or today during Blitz and get a lucky shot, right? So your pipeline has to be there all the time. If I can share my screen really quick, let me, Shonda, if I can share my screen, thank you. Oh shoot, only host can share meeting. Oh, you gotta make me the co-host again. So I'm gonna share my screen. I'm on an iPad. I have different notes going on over here. So pipeline, November. So this is the pipeline of names I have, potential recruits, potential apps, securities, and everything else, that I don't really look at anymore. But basically the potential apps that I have and potential recruits, right? And I'm always adding to this list so that if I feel kind of like lost sometimes, if that's a word, or maybe I'm like, dang, I don't have anybody to call. I still have those thoughts too, guys, but it's never true. Never listen to your feelings. Your feelings are lying to you, okay? You have people to call. You just haven't either put yourself in a new market situation, AKA recruit somebody so that you can get into the market and help them, or you go into a natural environment and you meet people where you can actually talk to them again, right? Or you just go to your hot, warm market. But you're not gonna close anybody if you don't have that list growing all the time. So that one day you might be like, oh, I forgot about this person. Let me call them. You know how many times I've looked at a pipeline list of mine that I had, and I'm like, dang, that person, let me call her. And then boom, a close happens, right? Dang, this person, they lapsed more than a year ago. I gotta redo their app. Okay, cool. Hey, call them, finally get in touch with them. Boom, that's a new app, right? but you got to be intentional. Meeting your personal goal helps the team goal.